Good morning, YouTubers. Good morning, musicians. Good morning, performers, and wherever you are. Today, pardon things in behind me. It's all paperwork dealing with music. I got a lot of stuff thinking about right now. So I got emails, and I got one request and asking me why I became a EWI Player. The reason is very simple, actually. I started to play saxophone when I was about 9, and when I became like 15 or 16, I saw this guy playing this electric wind instrument by Yamaha in my hometown, and he was performing together with my brother, and he was using this, a Yamaha WX11. For me, I thought at the time it sounded really good, but that was because he was playing together with people in the band. But just playing this one by yourself, it is kind of a little bit boring. But let's start about why I chose this one. I actually had no choice. One day I was working in a music store, and a guy comes in and said, "Hey, I'm selling this machine." And it's like, I just saw this and I was like, oh, I need it. I know what it is. I need it. So I was asking him, so how much do you want? Well, $100. Deal. Let me just go and pick up the money and you will have your $100. And then I started to use it. It came together with another breakout box, which is a sound module, and itself was kind of an DX7 in disguise. But I wasn't really using it for the sound module itself. I was using the sound module more like a MIDI guide, so I could play other sounds and modules from other synthesizers, and that worked quite nicely. But you need a lot of time to set up stuff and keep going at making sure that the machine can receive CC2 commands, which is breath, and sometimes aftertouch, depending on when you're blowing, increasing in volume and back, that's the aftertouch coming in. So I've been having this machine for about 15 years. It's been with me for a very long time, and it's like the last year I bought a software for the PC called sample modeling, and their SWAM engine. Sorry, the company's name is Sample Modeling. SWAM engine is their software of a soprano saxophone, and I tried it with this one. And as you can see in the videos, that when I'm using this one, it felt really expressive to me. This one has the standard MIDI resolution of 0 to 127 kinds of pressure values, and it has technically, if you can see that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 octaves. This blank octave is the ground octave. And on the bottom here we have 3 more buttons. We have 1 button here, and this is a sustain button. You have a thumb rest. Yeah, we have a thumb rest like a saxophone and a clarinet. And then we have these 2 buttons here. Yes, these 2, which is actually the bank channels. So you can actually browse your sound module or change the banks remotely, so you don't need to go down on the floor and touch it. So Yamaha did have everything planned out for a performance machine, which was really nice. Unfortunately, this one has been made since 1985 and they're not made anymore. And for the last 10 months I've been learning to play something new, because the MIDI external box broke for me on this thing. So I had to find a replacement. So buying a new wind instrument, not really needed. All I just needed was the sound module. But the sound module itself by Yamaha, they have their new VL70M module, which works with all the VX models, no matter if it's a VX7 and a VX5. But they have also been discontinued, so they're not made anymore. The idea was good, but the execution has been overshadowed by this little fella here, the Akai EWI USB. And of course, EWI stands for Electronic Wind Instrument. So there it is. The biggest difference between these two machines is that this one is using mechanical grips. So it really feels like a instrument when you're playing on it. But this one relies on sensor technology. So if you're a recorder player, then you will feel right at home, because it doesn't feel like any technical bits at all. All you need to know is that we have maybe a few more fingerings to play around with. So if you come from the recorder background, there is even a recorder setting in the software that you can put up, so you will feel right at home. So it means you eliminate these kind of extra fingerings, so you will have a recorder setting. It also comes with a virtual brass setting, so if you're a trumpet player, you can just use these as vents and use this as octave change buttons. I haven't tried it yet. I would like to let my brother try it one day with the brass setting and see what he thinks about it. But right now, this is my own machine. And since it's a USB device, it means it has no sound source by itself. It's just a MIDI send device. So right now, I'm using it together with my computer. All the sounds you've been hearing coming from both of these sound devices are actually from the computer software by Sample Modeling Swarm Engine. Now let's have a look at the back of this machine. At the top here we have the octave roller, and these are not buttons. Like, that was my first biggest mistake going from this one or a saxophone, is like we would like to press stuff on the back, but I was trying to read the manual and there was no clear indication where I should place my thumb on here. So I thought I place the thumb on the roller, but you should actually have your thumb in between. So there, you have to be in between there. And there's actually a hidden sensor here and a hidden sensor on the top. So you will actually get 5 octaves range. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is more than enough for any wind player, I'd tell you that. The other mistake we do here is that this thing here has the thumb rest, so you can rest your thumb here and keep the instrument level or uptight so you are not afraid for it to fall down. Again, the first mistake I did, I was putting my thumb up here, but what we actually are dealing with is actually one sensor here and one sensor here and a grounding plate. So what you really have to refocus on when you're starting to learn this device is to keep it more in center, so you're not touching these things. That was the thing. I was playing everything half key wrong when I rested my thumb here. So it's a beginner's mistake. So it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to get used to it, and using the neck strap, that's gonna be the only support you have. And luckily this instrument is really light, so you can really just concentrate on getting the fingering right. And of course the mouth protector is a golden thing that the Yamaha devices are missing. You have to put it in a bag and hope that nobody breaks it. So it's really small form factor, it's light, but you need a computer for this. But the price for this device only as a MIDI send device, it's about $250, almost $300. But it's nothing compared if you buy the full-blown device that has an onboard synthesizer. And the latest model even have an onboard synthesizer and a remote MIDI connector. So it's actually Wi-Fi MIDI. So if you would like to try something with equipment you already have, a fast computer, 8 gigs of RAM minimum, and of course their instruments, streaming from an SSD card memory. Well, I actually tried it with a normal hard drive as well. The only difference is the loading times, but after that you actually have a really good wind instrument simulator. So yeah, there it is. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back to you guys later. Thank you.